a talk on healing and self-work. Before that, I would like to share about my journey from last session which I had taken. During those days, I was just a beginner in this area. Thankfully, I'm a Ayush Mantralaya registered practitioner and therapist. I'm here in Mysore to do my MSW counseling from IGNU. The Vidyavata College of Mysore is guiding me and taking me through this process. It was a beautiful journey of last 2 to 3 years. As me and my kids, we lost Kishore by my husband in this process, and I was into deep trauma as this was a sudden cardiac arrest, what he had experienced. But all these practices of holistic healthcare and self-work, it helped me to uplift myself and begin a new journey of life, being a spiritual healing practitioner in an appropriate way, taking all the guidances from many of my teachers. And also, I got to know that Ayush Mantralaya registration is most important for now, as this field of us is going to be one of the most important field for the upliftment of humanity. I'm honored to be recognized as Evaluator now from Ayush Mantralaya, Rishikesh Yoga Mandir and Association of Yoga and Meditation. They have guided all of us who have attended 500 hours of lecture there, and also we are supported to give 800 hours examination. And YCB, the main yoga certification board from Rishikesh, they have helped me and all my co-practitioners to explore more in this journey. As per our Hindu scriptures, yoga means yuj, which is most important for all of us. Yuj means the union between our mind, body, and soul, and the union between this combination of our human life with the universal soul. Most of the times we have been misinterpreted yoga as only the asanas or the exercises what we do, but this is not the right way of thinking. Yoga means all the natural practices which can help you to heal your life from the root cause. It can be yoga asana, it can be pranayama, it can be meditation, it can be Reiki practices, it can be pranic healing practices, it can be any other healing technique which is naturally used by the human being and which is not supported by any chemical or medication through this process. So I would like to continue with the healing practices and the self-work techniques what we are guiding during our sessions to all the practitioners in our workshops. I'm happy and grateful to God that I'm being blessed to work with more than 44 techniques now. And being a Reiki Grandmaster, I'm blessed to initiate many practitioners to Reiki. This has helped not only me, all the practitioners to overcome their issues of life. It may be connected to health, relationship, career, or money. This is very important for a human being to know that financial aspect of life is which is called the material life. Materialistic life is one of the aspects where the entire society is running behind. It cannot purchase your health. It cannot purchase your relationship. Cannot even purchase good or the career which is aligned to your energy field. Yes, everybody has the career which is aligned to you, which is energetically aligned to you. I'll start with the topic of career and energy, mainly because we are working with students here, and all our professors and lecturers can be seen in this webinar. Most of the time in our society, we are just guiding our children that that person's child is a doctor or engineer, and you must be the same. But this cannot happen in one's life. Why I'm telling this? Because every child has its own energetical frequency. It has its own vibrational frequency. And the child which has the vibrational frequency to become an engineer, he can explore that journey and be one of the greatest engineer of the world. The child who has the power or energy to work as a holistic healthcare practitioner, they can explore this journey and be more into these studies, and they can serve in a better way for the betterment of humanity. I am one among them who had done BCom in 1997, and now I'm sitting in front of you as a practitioner of holistic healthcare remedies. See the career difference, what I have. In the same way, there are many doctors and engineers I have met who are just working for the sake of money, but that is not their interest area. And I'm glad that they have understood this and they're taking up the path of the passion, or they are interested in anything, whatever it may be, singing, it may be dancing, it may be any other career like holistic practices or being a fashion designer. I'm telling some of the case histories of my own practitioners. It's not just random talk I'm doing here. So this is the difference between the choice of the stream done by a person randomly and with the awareness. So I'm conducting workshops for all the students as it's a vacation, mainly because after COVID, we have seen there is a lot of mental, emotional imbalances in the students, and they are getting into depression, they're getting into unhealthy practices of addiction. It may be addiction of drugs, alcohol, or say cigars, and the porn videos. Yeah, that is the worst thing going on in this current scenario. Children are getting into the addiction of porn videos, and they are getting into unhealthy practices because of these videos. These things are taking the energy from the system of the child, and when the energy is depleted from the child, the child will experience a blockage in the life. The blockage can be of health, it can be of relationship, it can be of career, it can be of money also as it grows. It's very important for a human being to retain that energy, which is called the Kundalini or the Shakti energy. In our education system, these kind of talks are not encouraged, as the knowledge is not spread in a right way. In our education system, only the teachings or learnings of earning money is given, but it's lacking with the education of how to live life in an appropriate way with harmony, peace, and abundance. So only a person who retains that energy can be completely healthy, and he or she can enjoy overall success and abundance. During our Gurukul system in the ancient time, we have seen that the longevity of all those people was much better than current generation. It's been very weirdly taken away from our system, mainly because the Britishers who left us ruined. They didn't want us to grow and get back to the stage of abundance. But still, we can recover that through all the holistic practices we are blessed to learn from our ancient practitioners. I'm happy and grateful to God that people like me, who are encouraged to grow in this field, we are doing very beautifully, and we are blessed to do all the great jobs in this field. I'm don't think that I'm appreciating myself. I'm appreciating the energy of the practices. I'm appreciating the practices which came to us through our ancestors, through our saints, through many Digvijayas who have transferred this from generations to generations. And I'm very happily sharing some of the case histories with you, how this is working in a very different way throughout this world. I'm blessed to take international clients from UK, USA, Canada, and different other countries where I have to adjust some timing, but I'm blessed to take all those clients too. I'll just share some case histories so that you can understand how this is working. One of the clients came to me were the couple who had many issues for the conceptions, and they have experienced IVF fail too. They were trying to plan for the second child. At the age of 40, they couldn't receive that support from medical system. When they came to me, I was blessed to take them through the practices of holistic healthcare remedies, that is healing and self-work, where they practice to heal their chakras, and the chakra balancing processes was taught to them. And one of the best practices I'm blessed to teach is the practices of releasing suppressed emotions. These practices are taught mainly because it's only the suppressed emotion which is blocking all the chakra system in a human body. When both the husband and wife worked on themselves, they healed their emotions. Within 3 months, the lady conceived, and on June 28th, she gave birth to a baby boy. When it comes to man, he had thyroid issues, because of which the sperm counts were very less. Through all these holistic practices and self-work, his thyroid was normal, and after 8 months, he was completely out of medication. The second case history I would like to share is of a cancer patient who had mouth cancer at the age of 60. And the root cause of this was the childhood trauma which he taken from the childhood at the age of 9. The incident happened was during the celebration of Holi, the child was playing with the pitchkari, and accidentally he and his friends went near a elderly person, and the water inside the pitchkari was on the face of that elderly person, and it went into the ear of that elderly person. He was humiliated in front of all the guests at home by his own father. And the child carried that humiliation as a resentment. Why I'm specifying these words? Because only the people who are living with severe resentment will carry cancer in them. So the 60 years of resentment, what the child was carrying, it took it through the cancer cells produced in its body. So when I was called to take the therapy for the patient, the therapy was of 3 hours and 3.5 hours, 1 hour, 1.5 hours each for 3 days. And the patient took the workshop where I'm blessed to guide and coach how to do self-work through all the mudra, mantra, and different other techniques of healing and self-work modalities. And within 15 days of the operation, he was out of that food pipe which was put inside your body. And he started to take semi-liquid food. After a month, I was surprised to see him riding the bike. And I was standing in front of the gate. He passed through the gate and he just waved me. I was very happy to see him riding the bike. So after 8 months, he was taken again to the hospital to go through the complete body checkup, and he came back to me after visiting Ambaji temple in Gujarat just to pay his gratitude to Divine Mother. So he brought me the prasadam and he blessed me for all these techniques which I was blessed to teach him. So this is a beautiful result we have been getting from all the practitioners. And when it comes to women, as I'm working with the young students, I'm seeing that the PCOD issues, the infertility issues, the hormonal imbalance issues, and the cramps what they go through, everything is taken care of through all these practices. Because when they go to school, the child will be embarrassed to experience all these things in her body. The excess bleeding, it can be, the cramps, it can be, and the mood swings, it can be. Because a child, she cannot go and express this to parents or teacher or friends. The hormonal imbalance, what she will go through, it will imbalance the entire system. And from the day of menstrual cycle to the evolution, something will be going in our body which will make her to be in an imbalanced state. But when those children came to me, I found out that they don't know how to balance their hormonal imbalance, and which is craving for the sexual desire. At the age of 10 to 13, they don't know how to deal with this, because these kinds of things are not talked openly, and also they don't know how to express to the teachers or to parents. And such students, when they took up our sessions, now I'm happy to share with you that they are out of such embarrassed situation. They can deal with all such hormonal imbalance, all such cravings, because only the menstrual 10 to 15 days, they'll be going through this embarrassment state, which they tell me as embarrassment, but it's very natural. And without those states, we can't give birth to any child. And this is a normal process, and it must be spoken in the schools and colleges very openly, so that they'll retain their energy for their growth and development. Because the Kundalini energy, what we talk, is very important for the immune system also. So entire COVID situations, we have seen there was lack of immune system because we are not taught to retain that energy to build up the strong immune system. So I'm organizing many seminars from last 2 years in different schools and colleges for this important reason, because the puberty rate is also very very faster than before. When I was 14, my friends and me, we went to puberty at the age of 14. But today's generation children, they are getting into puberty at the age of 9, 10 or 11. Not even at the, during the age of teenage. It's a very early age. And this must be taken as a syllabus to the students of schools and colleges, which is one of my projects, that conscious living and self-work. This syllabus must be taken into the education system so that all the upcoming generation, upcoming family lineage of each and every family, they are trained to be in balance. Here balance means physical balance, emotional balance, mental balance and spiritual balance. When a child is completely in the balanced state, he or she can live the overall success and abundant life. This includes good relationship, good health, good career, good money abundance. Only 1% of the world population is enjoying this overall success and abundance. My vision is to help each and every family lineage to heal their programming and pattern, and they can change those programming and pattern to create a beautiful space for their upcoming generation to live this overall success and abundance throughout their journey of life. And I'm blessed to do this mainly because I have understood the root cause of all the issues, whatever I was going through and whatever my practitioners are going through. So when we worked on the root cause, we could heal everything from the root cause, whether it's coming from the ancestor lineage or whether it's coming from their own past life journeys. There will be a lot of entanglement in life, mainly because that particular programming and pattern is not healed by any of our ancestors. Even if a single person, whether a man or a woman, takes this responsibility to heal their life from the root cause, then this huge shift can be experienced by the entire family lineage. We are expecting this transformation happening in this world as well, as each and every practitioners are very dedicatedly working on healing themselves to give that space to the upcoming generation, and also they're supporting the ancestors to get healed, and this will benefit 7th generation above and 7th generation below. So all these practices I'm blessed to take up. I'm taking both online and offline. And when I was in Rishikesh, I was blessed to learn lots of ancient techniques like marma therapy and oil massages too, which had given a lot of benefit to many of the practitioners who came to me. One of the beautiful example I would like to share is of a paralyzed patient who had gone through a state of depression. After taking the therapy, she started to encourage herself to do all these practices by herself. So one of the important practice she was doing was Vamana Kriya. Vamana Kriya, in the sense, what we do is emotional Vamana Kriya. Normally, Vamana Kriya will be practitioners will drink a glass of warm water along with salt, and they'll vomit it out in an empty stomach. Here, they are releasing pitta from their system. But the Vamana Kriya, what we do is releasing pitta from our emotional health. It's also a pitta, because it will never serve anyone, right? So I call it as pitta only. So when we release that, we are creating a space for good things to come into our life. So when she started to do this, her family members were telling that she's asking Japamala for the prayers also, what I'm blessed to teach her. And she's coming to the dining table daily, and she's eating normal food. And now her sleeping hours are more than before. Now she's enjoying that life. Yeah, this is a very slow and gradual result will be there. But the difference in our health, what they have seen, is according to them is amazing. Because when I was giving this marma therapy and oil massage, she had a purple patch on her left hand. So after 3 days, they started to observe. I had observed on the second day itself, but I was quiet. I wanted it to come from them. After 3 days, the family members, they told me, see, that area was purple. Now it has become reddish. That is pinkish red. Means the blood circulation was better than before. So these are most powerful healing practices which Guru Shushruta was training to his students. And he was told he was one of the best doctors of his time. And he was the first person to operate people. He was the first person to do surgeries. And all these practices, it has helped many people to overcome their issues and live a better life journey. Just I want to end this session here, and I want to have an open conversation with the participants so that we can discuss and know more about it. Is it fine, sir? Yeah. So conversation will be more positive if than only me telling something about these practices. Thank you. Thank you. It's my honor. Yes. Yes. Yes, Dr. Swananda. Yeah, Shukla sir. Please ask your question.
Sir. Yeah, good evening, Dr. Bredkar, sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation, and definitely it is one of the greatest science what we are having with
Thank
us.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And because many medicine branches are there, systems are there, and we are practicing them very well. But many of the time, what is happening is, we are having a number of plants, herbs, and flowers, and roots, and barks, and so many things we are having. And I remember, the grandmas were carrying some of them in their batwa, they used to call batwa. And mind you, in the midnight, someone is getting pain in the tooth or something like that, or fever, they were used to do all kind of these practices. And I think that has come from generation to generation, and we are carrying it with us. And no doubt, even the doctors are using it to certain extent. So I also insist my patients, to go with some natural therapies also. And it definitely the naturopathy is also there, and herbal therapies are also there. And I had seen one very important sector where, the people from the tribal areas, they are having, all that one of Ausadi, and they are using, these medicinal substances. And nowadays what we are doing with the Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, we are finding out such a resource people, from where we can get this kind of knowledge of the herbs, and we can introduce into a real system of medicine, because it should not be limited to some people. Maybe the tribal people are very well, because there are no other options for them, no medical stores. If you are having headache, you go and stand in front of medical store also, and you ask for one tablet for headache. But in a tribal areas, there is no such clinics and hospitals and medical stores are there. So usually they are going with the traditional way of treatment. I think that is also one of the biggest sector, which we have to explore. So thank you very much. And definitely all these, kind of therapies are really helps. And we are using, integrated approach many of the times. Even Ayurveda we should appreciate, because Ayurveda teaches us, how to live life, what kind of food we should eat. And even modern medicine also talks about the nutrition. But what is very important, what I feel, that the human touch and giving that confidence to the patient is very important. Nowadays people are becoming commercial and very much practical, and they are with their own attitudes, and it is like a hospitals, big hospitals, corporate hospitals, like an industry. And one person goes, and the another department person comes and examine the same subject, and then other person goes and this, and then he says, no, I cannot go with this kind of complaints. Now you call another super specialist for this.
Very true.
And what the concept of general practitioner was there, that has lost and, dissolved somewhere. So I think, we have to return back to our source and our Indian culture and Indian system of medicines, and definitely the traditional medicines as having a wonderful place. So thank you very much for this, ma'am, today's presentation. My question is very important, how we can, increase the integration of all these medications, medicines. So let it may be allopathy, let it may be Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani, whatever may be, but a traditional medicine has its place, and how we can introduce it in a real system, because some people are practicing and some people are getting benefited. So it should be universal, and it should be there at least for our country, our countrymen, right? So that is what my question is. So what we can do for this? Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. This is really very important question, sir. And I'll be very open in my conversation here, as this question has come up. I had been to PMO 2 years last year, and I have given an application that I have a project for the education system regarding this. What I had shared, conscious living and study of self. This syllabus must be taken into our education system, and this is the only solution from where we can introduce this to our students, and this can be of great help for our upcoming generations. And yeah, this is one of my book. I am willing to heal my life, which is available on Amazon and Flipkart in 13 countries. So one can go through this book and connect to me for further practices as well. And 2 days back, I was invited in Mysore at a senior citizens club, where I was very happy to share all these techniques with the senior citizens. And I had given a demo also of these practices of chakra balancing practices. And fear of death at an old age is taking away their life actually. And when I spoke to them, and one of the participant was retired ISRO scientist. He came on to dais and he called me in front along with him. In the same way, sir, as you appreciated my work, he was openly appreciating my work, and he told the group members that Vijna must be encouraged to move on with all these practices. She has a great work to do towards the betterment of society. And my life is there in this world only for this, and this is my purpose of soul. As I'm working with women, and mainly I'm working on womb, that is women as a womb giver. We must create a healed womb for upcoming generation. So in many ways, through our sessions, I can help many people, and also introducing these techniques in education systems. This will be of great help. And I don't believe in giving medicines like Ayurveda medicines or any other oral medicines, because our system, what we are living in, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual body, if we balance that, it's more than enough to live a healthy and abundant life.
Yeah, true. You talked about chakras also, and I think, I was
Yes.
just going through one literature, and I found that in a temple also we are having, when we sit in temple, why we meditate well, because the chakras, they are in some series or something like that. Yeah, definitely we have to explore, and we have to develop a kind of evidence-based studies for this, and I
Yes.
think that is how people will appreciate and accept, through worldwide. So thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, in Ramayana serial, the 4th episode, it's about Gurukula system. And we have seen the Rajkumaras in Gurukula. They're learning the same thing in their education system, balancing their chakras. They're learning the literacy also. They're learning the discipline life. We are just telling us children that you can't do this, you can't do that. Instead, in the Gurukula system, each and every child is allowed to do all their personal works by themselves. That is very important.
Yeah, very true, ma'am. Very true. We have become indisciplined nowadays, and because of that, there are so many diseases. We are welcoming them. So I think, yeah, we have to bring a discipline in our own life, and once we will bring it, our next generation we will do it. Otherwise, we are nowadays, finding out luxury, and we are not moving. We are not doing exercise. We are not, with a time limit or timeline with us. So we have to correct that. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the question and appreciation. God bless. Yeah, any more questions, sir? Yes, sir. It was an honor. Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. So I would like to share something, sir. When you have mentioned the word soul, there will be a pandemic after every 100 years, and the 5 years will be for spiritual awakening, where the spiritual practitioners they go through soul purification and soul evolution journey, even if that is a painful process which I had been through from last 3 years, and it balances each and every system of your body, mind, and soul. And for that reason, I had to be in Rishikesh doing my sadhana so that I can balance myself completely. I had been into solitude to just balance myself. So, this soul's journey is very important, and we think that we are just living in physical body. No, we live in body, mind, and soul. We are just living in body and mind. We have forgotten that we are soul. So, living in soul is very important. That must be taught to each and every person right now, so that they can be in a peaceful state and be at bliss. Yes. Yeah, that is Ambaji temple. It's a Shakti Pita, Ambaji. Yeah, it's Ambaji. I don't know the district. Yeah, it's very near to 3 hours from Ahmedabad. It's 3 hours from Ahmedabad. Yeah, it's the Shakti Pita. And right now I'm near one more Shakti Pita, that is Chamundeshwari. It's also a Shakti Pita. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, I'll share the link to you, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity, and thank you all for being present here for this session. It really means a lot. I'm feeling very blessed to be here, a part of this session. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.